Howdy everybody, it's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today I'm going to do a comparison of chaffles. And before we start, don't hate on me on my hat. I know it looks ridiculous, and for the record, I don't care. Because what I have found out is if I wear a hat and shoes, I don't have to wear a hoodie in my own house, and I'm excited about it. So we're just gonna rock with it, because no telling what the hair is looking like under here. I need a haircut. Anyway, I like to watch the Keto Twins, Sarah and Emily. They are hysterical. They make me laugh every video, most of the time, multiple times, and y'all know I'm always up for a good laugh. So they put out a chaffle recipe last year. I'll have all their links in the descriptions and everything below. So they put out a chaffle recipe last year. I have used that recipe. It is delicious. And then this year they put out a new and improved recipe. So we're going to do both like they did on their video and see which one we like better, pros, cons. I always get really nervous before I do cooking stuff because I don't cook. Part of the reason that I'm sure I'm this big is simply because I don't cook. And I ate out all the time. So anyway, I'm cooking now, so we're gonna get to the cooking. Here we go. Okay, so I started and forgot to record. Way to go, Misty, but we're not redoing this. So it was 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. I used the 365 low moisture. There's the carbs on that, so less than 1/4 a cup. So 4 servings at less than 1 gram. So you could say that's 4 if you round up, or less if you don't. And then finally, 1 egg. You take that and mix it up. Now at this point, if you want to add any like seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, there's so many chaffle recipes, but you just do your best to get it all incorporated. This again is half the recipe, so they said it should make 3 dash size. So again, we're trying to stick with that original recipe. Okay, that's pretty well mixed. Our dash light is off, which means it should be ready to go. Let's just put that over there for the moment. Be careful, it is hot. I mean, it's a waffle maker. Hopefully you knew that it would be hot, but they use a 1/8 cup scooper. But I think maybe it's a 1/4 cup, because that's what this is, and the 1/4 cup works well for me. So I just spread it out a little bit to make sure we get pretty even coverage. Actually, I think I could use even just a little bit more. Now it is not outside of the realm of possibility that some spills over, and a lot of people will put something under their dash waffle maker to catch any overflow. I don't. I just clean it if it spills. So again, this should make 3 waffles, and I will check back in with you. You will know when the waffle is done when the light on the dash goes off. It doesn't make any fun sounds like the egg maker, but that's what we're going to be waiting for. I wanted to show you, you can see it's really steaming up now. So that normally happens. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just part of cooking it. I think that's what makes it so crispy, because it heats it so high so fast. So We're just going to wait for the, look, it can't even focus on it, everybody. I'm sorry, I just looked at the camera. It doesn't know if it should focus on the smoke or the dash. So just wanted to show you that. Don't be worried if that happens. That is totally expected. And now our waffle is done. You can see it's still steaming, so be careful. Don't ever touch the top part. Only this little lid on these is safe to open. Look at that, delicious chaffle. Let's see if we can, yeah, y'all can see that. Chaffle number 1. So then we will repeat the process for the next 2 chaffles. Now we are going to do the new and improved recipe. So I already put the baking soda in there. It's the same start of the recipe. So baking soda, 2 tablespoons of almond flour. I don't think they ever added the baking soda back into their recipe, to be honest, but they say it makes it fluffier, and this is supposed to be like bread, so I thought it would be a good addition. Now on this one, instead of using just 1 egg, we are going to use egg whites. Now, of course, you could just use a regular egg and remove the yolk, but that is not what I'm going to do. And it says on the carton that 3 tablespoons is equal to 1 large egg white. So that's what we're going to do, which you probably can't see at all. There we go, 3 egg whites. I should throw that in the sink because that will need to be cleaned. And, oh, I have made a mess, everybody. That's okay, you're used to me. We have made a mess. Alright, I have such a small space to work with, everybody. I apologize, but we're going to get it. So here we go. Now, I'm going to stir this up first for a few reasons. One, they say the xanthan gum, which is used as a thickening agent, needs to be very evenly distributed, so I wanted to make sure that the egg whites, you know, got in everything before we do that. So for the xanthan gum, it is only 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't need much, and from what they've said, distribute as evenly as possible because it will begin to firm up. Let's see. What are you doing with your loaf, Misty? Get it together. We're going to mix it a little bit. I've never done this recipe before. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's probably blatantly obvious by my lack of finesse. But, as Gusto says, anyone can cook. So you want to get that well combined. Again, this would be your opportunity if you wanted to add any seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, marinara, I don't know. Whatever you want to add. This looks a little dry to me, but that could be, I'm going to trust the process. That could be the xanthan gum already making it not look as wet. Our waffle maker is already preheated. Let's just throw that fork over there too. We're done with that. We'll pull this back over. And you're making a mess. Alright, so again, they said an 1/8 cup. I'm using this 1/4 cup. Not filling it all the way up. But again, just making sure, especially with this one, I want to make sure I have nice even distribution to the edges. Now, when I make it in my large waffle maker, when I'm meal prepping, of course, I don't really do that step as much. I just pour it in the middle and whatever comes out, comes out. But there we go. New and improved, possibly potential chaffle recipe. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, new and improved chaffle is done. Tip that I haven't said but have been doing is when you take these off, put them on a wire rack. That just helps keep them crispy. So this is the new and improved chaffle bread waffle thing. I don't know. Let's give them a taste. Alright, well, I mean, you saw the video, but it looked like a success to me. So I have both of the chaffles now. I did heat them up in my toaster oven on low because I realized after I made the new chaffle, I needed to make the other two. So I made all the chaffles, put them on the wire rack to cool, keeps them crispier. So these are our two chaffles. I know which one is which. Can you tell which one is which? For me, it's obvious, but this is the egg white. This has the yolk. My anticipation of these two is that this will be crunchier because it doesn't have the xanthan gum, but we'll see. We're going to start with the original. Oh no. Talk amongst yourselves. What's your favorite chaffle recipe? And if you don't have one, get one. Maybe one of these. It's not my recipes, I'm just sharing. That's delicious. It's a chaffle. There's something about the addition of almond flour that, even though this is still crunchy, I mean, y'all can even hear it when I try to bend it and break it, right? But if you want a really crispy chaffle, like you're just looking for a good crunch, don't put any almond flour in it, and it will be extra crunchy. So, chaffle number one. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's a chaffle. If you're doing carnivore, you could do the chaffle. I pointed down because that's where my chaffles are. Barnum's right here. Y'all can't see him, but he's right here. But if you were doing carnivore, which I know some of you are, I know John's doing carnivore. There's a lot of people doing carnivore this month. Evidently, it's World Carnivore Month. I don't know. I didn't research it, but I have mentioned, and I am trying to do a little bit higher of a protein diet, more so than a higher fat diet. Anyway, here's the new one. Oh, you can hear a little bit of crunch. It's white on the inside versus that more yellow. As far as texture, I don't know that you'll be able to see that, but this one does look lighter. So it was crunchier than I expected. I didn't expect it to be that crunchy. A tip there is using the low moisture mozzarella cheese. If you use like a cheddar cheese or any other type of cheese, it's still delicious because, I mean, it's cheese, but the mozzarella is a neutral flavor, so it's really good to add things to. So let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, it's much lighter. That is a dramatically different, well, not dramatically, but if you were to have me eat one and then have me eat the other, I feel like just the texture alone would do it. I'm curious now if you add the xanthan gum but keep the egg yolk, because I personally don't mind the yolk. I like the taste of egg. Y'all know I did a 5-day egg fast. I like the taste of the yolk. But if you're looking for more of just like a white bread, Wonder Bread, we're going to go back to the original to see if I prefer a flavor. I'm going to give Barnum a little piece of the original. There you go. I have to say, as far as flavor, I like the original. I don't mind the yolk. I do really like the texture of this. So, finish chewing and then we'll have final thoughts. I mean, well, you may be chewing. Are you eating something? Did you make a chaffle? Final thoughts. Yeah, both are delicious. I would absolutely use both. I plan on doing another video. My mom and I have been talking. I got my mom on the chaffle train, and she has now sent me approximately 4,200 TikToks. Not really, but she probably sent me like 5 or 6 different TikToks, and I'm like, the chaffle is the taco of the keto world. That's my new thing, is the chaffle is the taco, because you can taco anything. Y'all know how I feel about tacos. They're my favorite. But I'm beginning to believe you can chaffle anything. They do cheese with onions, cheese with pickles. You can make this white bread version. You can make a pizza in it. You can make it the base of a pizza and put the pizza stuff on top of it. Like, there's so many different ways to do chaffles. So I was thinking about, since this was pretty successful, at least in my mind, I don't know what you think, but in my mind it was pretty successful. What would y'all like to see, like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and drink snack chaffle? Oh, and dessert. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, and an adult beverage snack chaffle. Would y'all be interested in something like that? Maybe that's something I can put together for y'all. Actually, maybe I'll do that when I go visit my mom. That way, I won't just be making a bunch of chaffles and then having to just save them all and eat them all, which I don't mind. Now I have 4 more chaffles ready to go for later to use however I see fit. But that's going to do it for today. Again, it might have been all over the place. I don't do really well with the cooking videos. At least I don't think so. I hope you got something out of it. But I will have all of the links in the descriptions down below, so that if you want to use this recipe, check it out. Give it a try. Let me know what you thought. Do you have a favorite chaffle recipe, a favorite ingredient, just a favorite overall recipe? Let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate you all being here. Subscribe if you know how, because only about 25% of you who watch are subscribed. So, I mean, if you're already a YouTube person, just hit that little subscribe button. And by YouTube person, I don't mean that you have to make videos. You can subscribe to me even if you don't make videos. I won't necessarily be able to follow you back because you don't have videos to watch, but you can comment and I'll be happy to reply and speak to you down there in the comments. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, that's a possibility, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.